I was sitting in my favorite chair, finally getting a moment with a cup of tea, trying to just breathe after talking to the divorce lawyer on Charmaine's behalf, trying to feel normal. And then Janet walks in, my granddaughter. Sweet girl, deep down, but she's got that young person's habit of thinking the world revolves around whatever's happening in their phone or in their head. She's all energy and right now. She didn't even sit down, just stood there and blurted it out. Granny, my boyfriend wants to meet you. She didn't ask if it was a good time. She didn't ask how I was feeling, knowing her mother is falling apart and her uncle is in jail. It was just a statement, a demand almost, a new plan she made for my schedule. And I honestly felt disrespected by that line. Truly disrespected. It's not about the boy, whoever he is. I'm sure he's fine. It's about the complete and utter lack of awareness or consideration. Doesn't she see what's going on around here? Does she think I have nothing else to think about besides her social life? I'm here trying to keep Charmaine from having a breakdown, trying to organize bail money, grieving my best friend. And she just assumes I'm free to interview some boy she been dating for 2 weeks. It makes me sound mean, I know, but I'm tired of being the rock that everyone just leans on without checking if the rock itself is crumbling. I want to tell her, sweetheart, your boyfriend is the last thing on my mind. Can we talk about your mother? Or maybe how you doing with your own feelings about the mess? But I just sighed. You pick your battles when you're 78. You learn what's worth the energy and what's not. And making a big fuss over her lack of tact might not be worth the headache right now. I just wish the younger generation understood that older people aren't just props in their lives. We have our own real problems. We have a history that's messy and complicated, even if we don't talk about it all the time. I need to talk to Charmaine about setting a boundary with Janet, a firm one. This house can be a safe place, but it can't be a free-for-all social club, not while Robert is locked up and our mother is falling apart. I have enough on my plate without entertaining teenagers and their temporary romances. I am done. I need quiet. I need peace. It's time I started taking care of myself again. Maybe that therapy will help me learn how to finally say no to the world, just for a little while.
The silence after Frank died. I thought that was my biggest hurdle. I told myself then I need to be around people. My children, my grandchildren, friends. Just noise, life, warmth. Something to fill up the empty spaces in this big house and in my day. Now I have too much noise, but it's the wrong kind. It's the noise of shouting down the phone to lawyers and the noise of Charmaine's tears and the constant thrumming worry over Robert. It's not the comforting sound of people simply being here. And then there's Cynthia. Oh, that one still cuts me deep. Deeper, honestly, than almost anything else right now. It was only a few months ago. We were planning our trip to that little coastal town, just a weekend away, like we'd done every spring for the last 20 years. Then the call came. Gone. Just like that. No warning, no chance to say goodbye properly. The truth is, Cynthia knew me better than my own children sometimes. We didn't have to explain things to each other. A look, a sigh. We knew. Losing her felt like losing a whole section of my memory, a part of my own history that only she held the key to. The pain of her being no longer with us is a clean, sharp, awful cut. The pain of the children's troubles is a dull, constant ache. I can fix their problems, or at least try. I can't bring Cynthia back. That's a finality I just can't get my head around some days. I started thinking about therapy. I really have. The word used to sound so formal, so modern, but I've watched enough of those afternoon news shows to know what it is. I think it's the only thing that could work for now. I need a place to put all this down, to speak it all out loud without seeing a pained look on Charmaine's face or having to filter it for Janet's young ears. Just a quiet room with a person whose job it is to listen. Someone who can help me find the path back to that peaceful life I keep talking about. Because I am only 78 years old. I'm not dead yet. I want to spend my last years peaceful. Hopefully. That's a little word, isn't it? Hopefully. It carries so much weight. I have to believe there's still some good, quiet time left for me. I just need help finding the handle to open that door.
I finally made the appointment and I went. The therapist's office was quiet, thank heavens. No bright lights, no loud music, just a simple chair and a box of tissues on the table. When she asked why I was there, I just started talking. All the worry just spilled out, like turning on a tap that had been clogged for years. I told her about Robert and his message using his child. I said that was the thing that truly broke me, the manipulation. She listened quietly, and then she said something simple but piercing. He knows exactly where to cush because you've always been the one to catch him. That hit me hard. She didn't use any fancy jargon, just straight talk. She basically confirmed what I had known in my raw thinking. I allowed this pattern. I let the mother guilt take over every time. I told her how hard it is to protect myself when he uses his own child as the messenger. I admitted I was still fighting the urge to rush to that prison just to stop him from telling anyone else I don't want to see him anymore. I brought up Charmaine's divorce, too, and how worried I am about her being alone, even though she's a grown woman. And then I talked about Cynthia. That was the hardest part. Just saying her name out loud and admitting how much I miss her. How much her death hurt more than the active troubles right now. The therapist pointed out that I am dealing with 3 different kinds of pain all at once. Active crisis, Robert and Charmaine, deep grief, Cynthia and Frank, and intergenerational conflict, Janet and the wedding. It felt validating just to have someone categorize the mess. It wasn't just me being weak. It was a legitimately heavy load. The session wasn't a magic fix, of course. I didn't walk out feeling cured, but I did feel lighter, like I'd left a heavy coat on the floor. She helped me frame the wedding decision not as an obligation to Celine, but as a decision about my own self-preservation. She said, if attending the wedding guarantees that you will be unable to support your daughter through her crisis or continue your own healing, then it is a poor decision for you right now. Simple, cold English. No flowery advice. I realize I need to apply that cold logic to Robert's prison visit too. Does going truly help him, or does it only feed the cycle of guilt he creates? I need to think about what is best for Mariam for once. I'm 78 years old. My time and my energy are precious resources now, and I can't afford to keep spending them on performances or manipulations. The work won't be easy, but at least I finally have a neutral corner to think from.